Okay, so a week later, we've got the rebuild gasket set, I guess, from Amazon. I haven't opened it yet. I figured it'd be kind of fun to open it on here. Or no, it was eBay, I'm sorry. Anyway, well, it's got a couple little head gaskets in it, and yeah, I see 2 of them. So, I don't know. I guess we'll get this engine apart and see what we're looking at here. All right, well, I guess it's time to get this thing uncovered. Oh shit, it's full of water. I forgot about that. Yeah, we got a bunch of rain the other day. Huh, how are we gonna do this? Socket I couldn't find. One thing sucks about this is to do these head gaskets. No, never mind. I was thinking the pistons were going to be up in here, but of course they're not. No, they're down in there. So yeah, we should be able to just get the intake off and then pop off these heads, and there's our head gasket. So I guess the next thing we're going to do right now, though, is try to get the exhaust unbolted, and that's going to be kind of scary. I bet we break some studs here, but I guess we'll find out. All right, well, I'm thinking right out of the gate, we'll try to loosen one, and if it gives us any fight at all, then we'll get the torches out, because I do not want to be breaking these things off. So, oh, we're good there. Maybe soaking them down for a week actually helped. Oh. 2 for 2 so far. We might be all right. Yep, that one went. We'll just take the exhaust off in one big piece, because I'm not going to try to pop these pipes loose. I already know how that would end. All right, one more to go. Fingers crossed. There it went. I didn't even look to see if that kit came with exhaust gaskets. As you can imagine what these are going to look like, but oh well, we'll see. Well, that's all the exhaust off of it. Oh, gotcha. There's water coming out of the exhaust. Yeah, well, antifreeze. So now we just need to figure out how the muffler is bolted on here. Man, that thing's got a good magnet. All right. I think it bolts on here. Or no, yeah, there in 3 spots. That sucks. One more up here, or right there. Okay, off here. Oh, there's fucking antifreeze running out of the muffler. Look at that. There we go. Well, I can't imagine I'd ever get this thing out of here in one piece, so. Go ahead and get the intake off of it. Yeah, I think that's our next thing to do. So that hose is already off, that fuel line. I'll just let it lay there. Let's see here. I don't know how all this stuff hooks in. Alright, let's take this coolant line off back here, I guess, out of the way. Oh my. It's like rusted off. The end of it's rusted off right there. That's not ever good. I'll have to look into that. Okay. I need to take those rocker covers off. We'll grab a socket. All right, let's take these off. It's clean in there. Probably ought to be because there's been full of water, but there's the FD620OD is the engine, I guess, model or number on this thing. Them little guys. Yeah, in there. They look fine for what they are. Not dirty or anything at all. But all right, so I'm thinking pop intake off, carburetor. Maybe just set this thing off to the side or something out of our way. Let's see here. Take this. We'll take those 12s off. All right, now we just got a few bolts, like 10, maybe a 12 right there that we have to take off since this is hooked to that head. We'll leave this part on this head. I don't see any reason to pull it. So those are 12s. Head bolts are 12s. That's good. That's where our other socket is that's now on the ground. I'll be back. I gotta go get it. Get this last bottom bolt here. Oh hell, somebody's put a big bolt there. You know what? Let's just bend it over and not worry about it. All right. Well, pop these head bolts loose. Guess I can't get in with that one. Nope. So there's, I don't know what they torque at, but it's obviously not very high. Make it work. There we go. And then the one in the middle. So far they look like they're all the same size. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. All right. So that's all of them. Can't get that one out of there. Well, let's give it a smack. See what it looks like. Get you closer for this. Probably worth it. Let's see here. All right. There we go. Oh, the little push rods. I forgot about the little push rods. I'll have to take them off. It looks kind of grody in there, doesn't it? Set this thing somewhere where it'll fall. Yeah, or set it on the fender. Yeah, I forgot to take the rockers off to take those little baby push rods. That's awesome. Well, all right. There's those guys. As far as the head gasket goes, it's really hard to tell, but yeah, I can't tell. They're definitely leakers. I mean, it's very obvious, but there they are. They're definitely not in the best of shape. So, all right, well, there's one. Clean up this antifreeze real quick. Just take a look at the cylinder. Oh yeah, see, that's a good thing, putting all that WD-40 in there. Yeah, look, it's totally fine. Yep, no ridge. You still see hash marks in there. I don't know, they might have tried to rebuild this at some point, but let's go ahead and get the other one undone here. Better. All right, so pop this side loose now. Maybe I can get on this. It would work a little better. There we go. There's one, there's two. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Sure love that ratchet. I bought that after watching Pole Barn Garage. He uses one of those, and that is my favorite ratchet now. So glad I bought one of those. Well, here we go. Up, up. I'm wondering when we put this thing back together if I could actually like set the rockers back over the push rods as we bolt this down to where I don't have to readjust those. That's pretty lazy though. We might look into that. Okay, there you go. I don't think that just broke when we pulled it apart either. That's a, oh no, look at that. Yeah, see that? Massively blown head gasket right there. So that's a dead giveaway. As far as why the front one was full, I don't know. Maybe it just didn't have enough jam to keep up with it. It popped it too. I don't know. Or they could have been using starting fluid on this, or who knows what. But so here again, cylinder looks fine. Little baby push rods, look at them, little guys. Those are cool. We'll get these cleaned up, and then we'll put the heads on a piece of flat glass with some sandpaper, and we'll give them a quick little decking job and start putting this thing back together. But yeah, as of right now, I don't really see anything that looks awful. There's a piece of gasket down in there on top of that piston, but we'll start cleaning. All right. We'll go ahead and get this. I kind of worry about this coil wire. It feels, I'm not happy with that one, and that's super hard to change. So I don't know. I really want to see if this thing will run today, but I really want to order a coil for it, but I don't know. I guess we'll kind of play it by ear. But right now I know. By the way, I don't care if any of this shit falls down in the cylinder. We'll clean it up later. Just right now trying to clear it off without scraping it up. All right. We'll blow out all this stuff and blow out those bolt holes and everything before we actually set the head back down on it. But I think that looks okay. Yeah, it's nice and smooth. Maybe a little bit right there, maybe. That's a little better. Yeah, there we go. All right. Then we can go ahead, maybe put you over here so you can see the other one. Maybe. I don't know, I'm not the editor here. Shit, I forgot to scrape this one off first though. That's probably good enough. Yeah. All right, well now we gotta go to the workbench, or the trailer I guess, for today, and let's work on these heads a little bit. All right, time for the heads now. I see they've got little baby dowel pins in them. I'll have to pull them off to be able to use my piece of glass and my sandpaper. Go ahead and get these gaskets out of the way first. Hopefully the dowel pins come off, I should say. Usually they do, but I've had a few that were stuck and never could get them out. These are really nasty. I think these have been popped for a minute. There wasn't any coolant in this machine when I bought it, so I'm assuming they probably ran it hot. Who knows how many times, but... Alright, let me grab my Leatherman and we'll see if we can pop these pins out real quick. See what we can do with these guys. I don't know. They're not feeling like they're wanting to move. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna try one more time to get these out, because I really do want to be able to use my glass and kind of do a straight edge on this thing, but no, they're not coming out. All right, well, never mind. Anyway, I did have this flat glass that I watched No Nonsense use a long time ago on his Rhino, and I actually got this piece of glass and used it on our Rhino, and I've used it on several cylinder heads since then, including my RM250X, or RMX 250. I used it on it, and it actually needed it, but unfortunately with this, obviously we can't use it, so I guess we're gonna go the old school way and just clean them up with the buzz wheel. anymore, but why? I think it looks just fine. Well, I see. Ooh, I think it did come with new ones. Hang on. Hang on. We might get lucky here. I think I just saw two. I thought they were water outlet gaskets earlier, but I think those are exhaust gaskets. Little valve seat thingy. I'm not going to put little valve seats in it, I don't think. Here's the stem seals. Yeah, check that out. Oh, guess we are going to get fancy on this one. Alright, well, let's see if the... Oh yeah, look at that, they come off. So far, we've been getting pretty lucky with this thing as far as things coming apart. Let's see, we'll go ahead and jinx ourselves right here. Let's see. There we go, check that out. The little crusty thing actually came off. We'll give it a little clean. This is just an O-ring, so we're not messing with it at all. Spark plug holes look all right. Oh, this water gasket though, that's going to be a problem. That we do not have more of. Shit, I forgot about that. That is going to suck because we don't have that, I don't think. Two head gaskets, exhaust gaskets, head gaskets, two exhaust gaskets. And then I sent these make round gaskets, but unfortunately they did not send intake gaskets, which means this thing is going to run like shit because I don't have any and I didn't order any. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put it together anyway. Just bolt the intake back on and see if it'll run, even though that's not the right way of doing it. But at least we'll know if it runs, and if it does, obviously we're going to order intake gaskets for it. So I think that'll be the plan. We'll kind of play it by ear as we go along, but we'll get the other head over here and get it cleaned up. That head gasket, we'll have to hang that one on the wall in the shop. That's a good one. Oh wow, the dowel pin's moving on this one. That's probably not good. Yeah, this one's been warm. Oh, it took it out too. Look at that. I put him back in there. Yeah, we'll put it back in a minute. How's that? I'm gonna clean this up first. That would be nice if I can get this other dowel pin out. Then we'll definitely put this one on the glass, because the chances of this head having a little warp to it are a lot better than they are on the other one. So, yeah, that thing's cooked. All right. Let's just see if we can get lucky and this dowel pin actually comes up. Oh yeah, look at that. Out it came. Perfect. So this one will get the glass. I need to clean it off first so we don't ruin our sandpaper. So, we'll do some brake clean on this. I think I gotta get some more though. So, we'll get this cleaned off where we don't gunk up our sandpaper so much. Alright, so, on a flat surface, which is not this trailer, this would be a lot better. But essentially, watching No Nonsense back in the day, he just took that piece of glass. I put some sandpaper on mine just to make it, I just glued it down, but whatever. Pretty much, you just take it and you start scraping it in one direction only. Alright, so we just scrape it and we go one direction only. Just do that about 7 million times. Here in a minute we'll start seeing the wear pattern on the head, and we'll see if we got low spots. I'm sure this isn't the recommended way of doing it, but it does work. And it definitely won't hurt anything. Boy, it's taking off a lot of material popping off that thing already. I wonder how soft these little heads are. So I did the dirt bike for like 20 minutes. I don't know what grit sandpaper this is, I can't remember, but as you can see, you can see the little straight line marks in it where we're sanding it. Don't really see anything out of the ordinary, but it's not looking bad. Looks like we're planing the bottom of the that's where all that material's coming from. We're planing the bottom of the cooling package there. Well, ain't nothing I can do about that. That probably is completely making this useless then, but we can just do the sides for a minute. Yeah, I think it's alright. I'd say we're good enough. It's a lawnmower engine, it's not a race car. So I'll get these cleaned up, and when we come back, we'll be setting these heads back on. Here we go. Yeah, this would be funny if this actually works with these push rods, but there's no harm in trying. Oop, that one definitely went through the wrong one. This will be hilarious if this works. Okay. Oop, it's here. All right, now we got to figure out what the torque procedure and all that is for this little guy. That's better, I guess. 216 inch-pounds, which ends up being 18 foot-pounds. That's kind of what I've got it set at. That one's actually already tight, so that's probably never good. There we go. That one's loose. Definitely not probably the right way to do this, but really. All right, next head. Snug these down real quick. Yeah, they're really tight already, I think. Yeah, ooh, that one's really loose. There's not a good way to get on that one though. Yeah, these gaskets are just done, but they'll work for now. The new ones, I'll show you here in a few minutes. I got the new ones ordered. I got an entire engine gasket set for $15 on Amazon. I wish I'd known that before. Hell, I paid that for these head gaskets. But that's all right. That's the way it goes. Good enough. Alright, well, I tried to put the new gaskets on, and the new O-rings, of course, are just crap, so I'll put the originals back on for now. They're better. There wasn't really an issue with them anyway. Well, update. The coil wire did break off, so thank God we did change this one. I'm going to try to put it on and just kind of shove it in there for now, just to where maybe it makes enough contact to start. So with this. Alright, let's see here. We'll probably go ahead and set our carburetor back on, I would think. Go on there. There we go. Yep. Put this on here. Those are the 212s. Okay. There's our choke. Put him back on. Alright. Which one of these goes where here? There's one and there's one. Alright, now time to put the exhaust back on. Here's the new air filter. It's actually not too bad. It looks exactly like the old one was. And I didn't realize how these air boxes work, but it's kind of neat. Their inlet tube for the carburetor is this, obviously, but right underneath it, where the airbox actually gets its air from, I'll show you here in a minute, it's a tube that's part of the roll cage that goes all the way up to the top of the cab, and it gets its air up there like if you had a third brake light. It's all the way up there, so I thought that's kind of neat. It means these things will obviously go in some fairly deep water, so kind of neat. Get that filter in. It's hooked up at the engine now, so we'll actually be pulling through an air filter, which sometimes makes them run a little bit better. I don't really know. Anyway, here's that. Okay, here's our clips. Looks like we're missing one, but I guess we won't be going in the river anytime soon. I just now saw there's another radiator cap here for filling it, so that's handy. So I'd say we probably need to go ahead and do that. Got a bunch of open jugs, so we'll just use everything we've got. Looks like this one's fairly full. Yeah. Any bets this bolt breaks? Yeah, maybe not. All right. I think those are 7/16 on those. Yep. Yep. There it went. Look at all those wires. You know, half of those they don't even use. Oh, see if we can clean these off a little bit. Ain't nothing bolt for it. All 27 of these wires back on. Eventually I probably ought to look into this and see what half that crap is. Go. All right, slide that back in there for now. Put that guy back there. There we go. Sit rep, and good one. Both head gaskets are leaking and grease. Both of them are dripping. They weren't even running and they were dripping, so it's obviously the wrong head gasket, so I guess, I don't know. Kind of over it now. Obviously it's got a blown head gasket already on the back bank again. I don't know if there's something wrong with that cylinder or what, but it, within about 30 seconds of running, has exhaust. Yeah, I can't get the cap off now. I mean, why would I be able to? Yeah, that's exhaust. So, yeah, I don't know how that happened. Runs okay. Kind of sucks, but it's, she's obviously blown. I can smell it. So anyway, that's gonna wrap this one up. I don't know. I got that one gasket kit coming for the intake. I don't know. I might pull the heads off again. I might just buy an engine for it. I don't have very much patience for junk, so that's what this engine's starting to look like to me. So maybe in another week or two we'll shoot another video on this pile of shit, and maybe it'll actually run this time. I'm thinking I might have actually got burned on this. I was feeling good about it when I got parts ordered, but considering this engine's already been apart once, I dare say the engine's probably a big pile of garbage, but I don't know. Sorry, we ain't riding it in this video, guys. We'll see you. All right, we'll sit rep again. It's still running. It doesn't seem to be dripping out of the heads anymore. It still smokes. I mean, it's obviously got, the head gasket's definitely blown, but I decided I don't care at all about this thing at this point. So I'm gonna just drive it off the trailer and see if it'll, I don't know, see if it'll ride around. Chain off of it. You say hi to you. Oh, you turned on me. All right, well. That's on the floor. smoky though. At least it drives, I guess. Yeah, she's smoking. That windshield drive me on my mind real quick. Put her up before she gets too hot. No, that sucks. All that work, and some of it's still got a blown head gasket. Oh well. Working in here, I guess. Kind of out of room. That's it, kids. There's the smoke. Oh. Yep, she's definitely got a blown head gasket. That sucks. A piece of shit. Then again, that's what happens when you buy crap off Amazon. Alright, well I decided to go ahead and get the Mule put in the garage. And we'll go ahead and get the heads off of it. I still haven't put the ignition switch in it yet, so I guess we're hot wiring. But if it runs good and ends up being, well, once we get the engine together, if it's a good one, then obviously we'll do the ignition. For now though, we're gonna hot wire.